Today is Fan Appreciation Day on the Smoking Tire. Now, Tom thinks that if we release all these balloons out of the back of this Outback from the highest point we can find in LA, someone's going to find one, it's going to have my business card on it, and they're going to call me up, and I'm going to give them away a t-shirt. What are the odds that someone actually finds a balloon in LA?
You got 5 balloons. So maybe...
Alright, I'm so convinced this isn't going to work. I'll tell you what, this balloon with the heart on it, I will put a little extra something on it. Tell you what, if any of you guys find this white balloon, I will attach, in addition to the t-shirt, I'll give you guys a date with my girlfriend. How about that? So I'm gonna write, Tracy, date. So if you find this balloon, I'll give you a date with my girlfriend. We got plenty of space in the back of the Outback here, so getting all these balloons in really shouldn't be a problem. Oh, Jesus. Oh, almost. Setting off balloons would be silly if we didn't have a car to talk about, so here's the car. 2010 Subaru Outback, 3.6R model, and the R does not stand for racing. In fact, I don't have the first clue what it stands for, but the flat 6 makes 256 horsepower, 247 pound-feet of torque, which is good enough to make this thing go 0 to 60 in 7.5 seconds. Not bad, but certainly not sports car numbers. It's important when you're driving a car like this to kind of manage your expectations. For instance, if I get in this car expecting it to be sporty because it's the top of the line trim, I will find myself sorely mistaken. The car is set up to do the kind of driving that an outdoorsy person would do in a place with snow, maybe some dirt, and some potholes. And what that means is the suspension is nice and squishy. Lots of body roll in the corners, but this thing absorbs bumps like no road car I've ever driven. The Outback has grown significantly in size for the 2010 year, and although it looks like a big, almost crossover from the outside, what that means is you get a lot more space on the inside. Front and rear headroom and legroom are superior, as is the gigantic amount of trunk space you have in this thing. It will hold as much as your average SUV, no problem. Originally, Subaru launched the Outback as the world's first sport utility wagon. And what I take that to mean is you can do everything that a sport utility vehicle can do, but without a lot of the headaches of driving around a big truck. And that's really what this car feels like. It feels utilitarian. It's not an enthusiast car. It's a car that's going to help you get your stuff done, no matter what kind of terrain you have to drive over. And as we pull onto this dirt road here, we're going to find out how this thing does once the road gets a little bumpy. The Outback's squishy suspension, where it might be too squishy to carve the canyons, is actually just about right for rough pavement or dirt roads. And this car absorbs these bumps really, really well and allows you to just point it wherever you want, let the symmetrical all-wheel drive do its job, and keep you in line on these dirt roads. Not all is well in the world, unfortunately. There are quite a few things about this car that I really don't like. The biggest glaring fault with this car is its throttle response. Whereas many manufacturers are using throttle-by-wire systems now, Subaru has introduced its new throttle-by-carrier pigeon system, which means if you hit the gas, you let a bird go and maybe the car will decide to accelerate. The car doesn't do anything at all for a full half second after you touch the gas, and then it gives you too much power. It's really, really annoying. The other thing is, the engine, although it pulls this car acceptably, it doesn't really sound very good. You think flat 6, you think Porsche, racing, that kind of stuff? None of that with this car. Honestly, it sounds more like a late 80s American V6 than a Porsche engine. It sounds like there's sand running around in the engine and just makes this harsh kind of noise when you drive. The Outback's starting price of $23,000 is perfectly reasonable considering the car's space and capabilities, really a great value. But our $34,000 test car has all kinds of upgrades that I actually don't think fit the bill. The nav system works, but it's not very intuitive. You have to hit the disclaimer every time you use it, and the iPod interface is terrible. How is it going to recognize that I'm plugging in an iPod and yet not show me track or artist names or any kind of information about the music? It's silly. While the steering wheel and seats are upholstered in nice leather, the top of the dash and all these things are hard plastic, and what really bothers me, listen to this. What really bothers me is the shifter, which makes this horrible noise, and I'll stop and listen. Here we go. Listen to this. Hear that? Even with the soft touch plastics on there, that's still a pretty cheap sounding racket to come from a shifter in a $35,000 car. The last thing I don't like about this car is the useless miles per gallon gauge, which is really just an inverse throttle position gauge. Of course my gas mileage is going to suck when I'm flat out. Show me a number I can actually use. The bottom line on the Outback is this. At a base level, it's a fantastic value. But once you start loading in the options, its value goes out the window really quickly. My advice, buy a base model and get the extra stuff you need yourself. Oh, this is a good spot. Let's launch some balloons. I don't know exactly where we are, but look at this view. You got the valley right there. The first ever Smoking Tire balloon launch. As I said at the beginning of the show, if you find one of my business cards on a set of balloons, call me up and I will send you a t-shirt. We've only got 4 sets of balloons. This is never going to work. There's one. Clear the power lines! All right. There's the first one. Second one. Oh my God. There goes another. Number 3. Bye-bye. Is it going to clear? Oh, they're cruising. Here we go. As I said before, I've included the Win a Date with Matt's Girlfriend balloon here. Hopefully this one will get past the power lines too. Come on, baby. Rise. Let's see if any of you guys actually call me. All right, let's go back to LA. Who is it? All right. Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Hello?
Hello, Masala. How are you? It's Andre Charbonneau.
Andre? How you doing, man?
I'm doing great. How are things with Tracy?
Huh?
Oh, Tracy's okay. Why? How are you doing? What's up?
No, I just think about the evening we spent together, and we have such a great time, you know. And I just calling to see how your girlfriend is doing. Not fiancée yet, huh?
I mean, she's okay. She's doing her thing.
Great. So when do I come and collect her, huh?
What do you mean?
When do I come and collect my prize, which is
Your girlfriend, not fiancée, Tracy, huh?
What do you mean?
I find something that belongs to you that come down from the sky in the shape of a balloon. So it's a collect Tracy date. So I
Called to collect the Tracy date, huh?
I'm gonna have to call you back on that one, dude.
Hello? Ah, he hung up. But I still want to collect Tracy date. And right now, it's time for celebration, huh? I think we have good time, me and Tracy. Alors, Well, I think we have nice time, me and Tracy.